Hi, this is Amanda with Amanda's Honest Answers. I'm here today to review my brand new Samsung Smart Washer and Dryer powered by the SmartThings app. I will be reviewing the washer and the dryer separately, so if you're looking for info on the other one, click the link above, and that will take you right to that review. This is the washer. And this is the matching dryer. They are a beautiful black color with white writing and offset by a rose gold color. I'll zoom in a little bit on that. The Samsung washing machine is a very stylish washing machine. It does have the active water jet seen in previous models, as well as a super speed setting, but this one is powered by SmartThings, so you can send signals to it remotely, check on the status of it, and continue different cycles through the app as well, which is really nice to have. The different main settings are the normal, heavy duty, deep wash, white, color, bedding / waterproof, quick wash, delicates, active wear, rinse and spin, and self-clean, and then a downloaded. So you can actually set up a special cycle. If you have a certain cycle that you want it to be, you can set it up on the app and send it to the washing machine. There are some preset ones, and you can customize your own as well. But if there's a certain things like you want to do your towels a special way, or you want to wash your sleeping bag a special way, or some type of normally dry clean items that you want to try washing in the washing machine, you can definitely do that. All right, so your temperature, rinse, spin, and soil. So this is a really interesting feature on this. For those of you that don't know, I do work with the blind and low vision community. I work from home as a manager at a company called AIRA, A-I-R-A, that provides visual interpretation. So one thing that I requested when I met with Samsung a while back was that their products be more friendly for the visual impaired community, because as much as the sighted people love the touch screens, they are a terror for our blind and low vision community. And we provide visual interpretation for appliances all day long. So that's something that I requested, and I'm not saying it was because of me, but I am saying that after I requested that, now their new versions, at least of this washer and dryer, do have it. So I'm going to press the power button. So the sounds here make a difference for the blind and low vision community. There is Braille for the power button, as well as Braille for the hold to start, and that's your like play pause button, your stop and pause. And then down at the bottom of each row, under the temp, rinse, spin, and soil, and that's going from left to right, there is a little dot lining you up with that, so it is right about ½ an inch under the 4 buttons. And there are visual indicators above it that tell you which level they are at, which normally would be very deterring for the blind and low vision community, since they aren't able to see that. Now, if somebody was just low vision, they might be able to see because it is a bright light against a black background. But the really cool thing is to change the temperature or any of these settings. When you're at the low, listen to the different sounds. That's the lowest, that's the cold. Up 1 goes up a tone. Up another 1 for the middle, 1 more, and now it's on hot. So I'll play that through again. So there's 5 settings for each of these. For the rinse, it's 1 time through 5 times, so it's going to be the same sound. And that's no spin, or no rinse, I mean. The cold has 5 settings, so the rinse is actually going to have basically 6, because when it makes that noise, that means there's no rinse. And then the spin goes 5 settings from no spin up to high, and we'll start it. That's it's on no spin right now. So actually, I guess there's kind of 2 no spins, because the first one doesn't light up. So then there's no spin, and the lowest level, the middle level, next to the highest, and highest. And then your soil goes light to heavy. So again, it's the same tone, but it goes from left to right, TRSS. So it's temperature, rinse, spin, and soil. Okay, and then over here we do have a super speed setting. And then there is also a deep fill. I prefer to use deep fill just because I like my stuff to soak more like an old-timey washing machine did. I like more water, but it is high efficiency, so you can use it without the deep fill. And if you want to do a pre-soak, you actually press and hold that deep fill button. And you can turn the alarms off if you would like. I prefer to leave mine on because I like to know when stuff is going on. And you press and hold the super speed button for that. There is a delay end, so if you know that, oh, your machine cycle is going to end in an hour or two and you won't be done yet, you'll want to delay end that. And that gives a 2-hour delay end, 3-hour, 4-hour, 5-hour, 6-hour. Let's see, it goes all the way to, wow, 13, 14, 15. All right, it does a full 24 hours, which is crazy. Your smart control, when you're setting up your smart control, you're going to want to press and hold this smart control button until the AP shows up. And when the AP shows up, that is when you can identify it within the app. My smart things, I have lots of smart things appliances. You can watch my other videos if you're interested in any of those. But I have lots of smart things appliances in my house. And they tend to just pop up and say, oh, you have a new dryer. But there is also a little scanning symbol on the front if you do need to scan to get that fully activated if it doesn't auto show. Let's see here. There is also the Auto Dispense System. I'll go over that in a moment. It does have a little notation here. It says, note, close the dispenser until it clicks. Otherwise, SDC error may blink. So you have to make sure that the auto dispenser is all the way in. You can see that I do have the Wi-Fi on right now. It auto popped up in my app to control that. Now, a couple other things of note. If you are putting a child lock on, you have a kid that might come into the laundry room, you don't want them messing with it, you press and hold the temp and rinse button at the same time. These are touch sensitive, so you don't want to, like my nails won't do anything with that. You have to press and hold with both fingers. And then it comes on, and you see the little lock flashing up there. To turn it off, press and hold again. And it goes off. So you just press till it makes a sound. It's like 3 to 5 seconds. If you want to do spin only, any of these star buttons mean press and hold. So the spin only, you would press and hold the spin button.
And press and hold the soil button for smart care. Press and hold the super speed button to turn the alarm off, and press and hold the deep fill for pre-soak.
I will quickly scan through these just so you can get an overview. All of these are customizable, but the standard setting for the bedding and waterproof is next to the highest of the hot setting, 2 rinses, middle for spin and middle for soil. And again, you can add on if you want a deep fill. Oh, actually that one doesn't. Most of the things do allow it, but this one must not allow it. Your colors, auto sets to 2 buttons, 2 up from the cold, so not quite halfway. For the temperature, 1 time rinse, next to the highest for spin, and middle for soil. Whites defaults to hot, 2 rinses, next to the highest for spin, and heavy soil. Deep wash is 1 down from the highest temperature of hot, and 1 rinse next to the highest for spin and middle for soil. Heavy duty is going to put you on hot, 1 rinse next to the highest for spin and the heavy for soil. Personally, I have kids, so I usually run most things on heavy duty, and what I like to do is cold is usually the most efficient unless I have something that is stuck on, but I wash all my clothes on the cold. I do 1 rinse. If it's really needing a second rinse, I will do a second one. I put it up on high spin and I leave it on heavy soil. Like I said earlier, I like to deep fill, so I do turn on the deep fill, and that's how I do it. I don't have the Auto Dispense System on yet because I was waiting to do this video to show you all how to do it so we can do it together. The next one is going to be your normal. The base normal cycle is next to the highest for the heat, so almost hot. 1 rinse, next to the highest for spin, and middle for soil. Your quick wash is going to be a really quick wash. It's only a 31-minute cycle. Let me go back. The bedding waterproof is 1 hour and 36 minutes. The color is 1 hour and 8 minutes. The whites is 1 hour and 47 minutes. Deep wash is 1 hour and 8 minutes. Heavy duty is 1 hour and 34 minutes. Normal is 56 minutes. Then again, your quick wash is 31 minutes, and that is setting you at next to the highest for hot. So like I said, most of them start off really high for the heat, and I don't like to wash my clothes. That makes them shrink, makes them fade quicker. So unless I'm doing whites or a blanket or something, I don't usually use the hot. In this quick wash has 1 rinse. And actually, if you put it lower temperature, it doesn't change it, so the temperature doesn't matter on that. But again, your quick wash is next to the highest for hot, 1-time rinse, next to the highest for spin, and just light soil. Now, you can go with a quick wash and change your soil, so if you have something you need to wash quick, but it is pretty dirty, or you just want a more deeper clean, you can go all the way up to heavy, and that's 35 minutes. So it's just 1 minute that it adds for each one. Your lightest is 31 minutes, 32, 33, 34, and 35 minutes. So a heavy duty wash at 35 minutes is not that bad. If you want to take it to the highest spin, then it just add 1 more minute, so only 36 minutes. Now, if you want to add deep fill, that actually doesn't add any time to it. It sometimes adjusts a little bit as it's using its sensors to see how much is in the cycle itself. So sometimes that adjusts a little. It might go down a little bit if it's not so heavy or not so much stuff, if it senses that there's only a little bit. All right, your delicates is next to the lowest, so 1 above cold, 1 rinse, next to the lowest, so the very lowest spin, not the no spin, but 1 above, and light soil, and that's 38 minutes. Active wear is 52 minutes. That is going to be warm, right in the middle of cold and hot. 1 rinse, middle for spin, and next to the lowest for soil. Rinse and spin, which will not wash, it is just going to rinse and spin, is going to be no temperature because rinse is always a cold cycle. And so it's just showing 1 rinse next to the highest for spin. Again, if you want to do lots of rinsing, you have something that you want to rinse out before you wash it, or you rinse it out, but you already washed it and you just want to do a couple rinses. You can go up to 5 rinses and just a rinse and spin cycle. You can put it on the highest. That'll be 2 hours and 3 minutes for the highest, for 5 times and the highest spin. And again, if you want to do the spin only, then you would just press and hold the spin button, and that's going to do a spin of 19 minutes. You can take it up because it starts off at 4 of the nodules from no spin up, and you can go up 1 more after you press it, and that'll take 20 minutes for spin only. So that's good for you had a bathtub that overflowed and you have wet towels that you want to spin out before you wash them. That's what I use it for. You sopped up a mess and you need to get that out, and that's fine. So you spin that out and then you put it back in for a normal cycle after that, or heavy cycle, whichever one you want. That is also good for spinning out bathing suits and things like that, if or if you are done washing but they just don't, maybe you put it on a no spin by accident and you just want to do a spin. A lot of washers, my previous washer did not have just a spin cycle. It was only a rinse and spin, so I am excited to have that on here because that is something that I do like to use. Okay, and then the self clean cleans it on a hot cycle. 2 rinses, 3 for the spin, and so that's the middle of the spin level, and it takes 1 hour and 31 minutes. And then you're downloaded, whatever cycles you download show up in here. So that's going to be through the app. It's going to depend on you, what you have there. So let's jump down to the Auto Dispense System. Actually, let me show you inside. So this is the inside. There's no agitator. I prefer the top loaders. I'm not a fan of the seals getting musty and moldy on the front loaders and having to keep those open. We have animals, cats that like to jump in things, and I don't want a cat in my washing machine because I had to leave it open. So I'll show you this first. This is the jet. So it actually, water falls for a second, that's the normal fill, but this is the wet jet. My previous one had one of the little like washboard scrubbers here that you could actually put clothes on, but this is good enough. If I need to wash something by hand, I can actually do it here. My laundry room is not as big as I would like, so I don't have room for like a mudroom sink or anything like that. So I do frequently rinse off or wash out stuff by hand if I need to. And then it's really nice because if you're just doing a wash by hand, that is another thing that just the spin is great for. You wash by hand, want to get it thoroughly spun out instead of wringing it out by hand and putting those yucky wrinkles that are hard and set in. You can just do a spin cycle on here. All right, so we're going to pull this out. There are little like grippy things underneath. You do kind of got to pull hard. When you pull on it, you're going to want to go towards the middle because there's actually a little release lever in here that when you pull on that, it releases it. So if you just pull, it's not going to do anything. When you put your hand under where you feel the little fingers, you want to go to the middle of that and pull and get it out. So as you pull it out, you will see or feel that there are little circles that turn. They have little handles on them. The one on the left is going to be your softener. The one on the right is your detergent fill. And this is the neat feature of this model that lets you go ahead and put in your soap and your detergent and your softener, so it can auto dispense how much it thinks it needs. Before that, I was using the pods, which are great, but having teens that need to do their own laundry, it's really nice to just tell them what settings to do. I can have a chart on the wall, let them know what settings to do, and then they can do it all on their own without having to also ask, well, how many of these things do I need, or anything like that. And you're not overusing because the washer is dispensing what it knows it needs. Okay, and there is actually on the front of this let's see, it says, using softener and detergent, change the dosage and concentration by pressing the button. There's off, less, standard, and more. And the concentration, it says hold 3 seconds. There's normal 2 times or 3 times. So that's actually how you will change it. And it does say to use high efficiency detergent for best results, and the auto dispense automatically dose optimal amount of softener and detergent. Sorry, I was looking up here. I think this is actually talking about the buttons up here that I'll have to press, so we'll deal with that in just a minute. So it's in the up-down position is locked, so you want to turn it to about 10 o'clock and pull up, and that's where the little nodules will be to pull it up, and both of them are the same. The detergent is a little bigger than the softener. Another cool thing is you can actually pull it completely out. There are little caps on the back that keep it from dispensing, so it's not going to leak out everywhere. And I'm going to bring it over here. And my dryer, which I will review in a minute. I am a Gain person. I love the Moonlight Breeze. They used to have something that had a vanilla scent, and I liked that better, but unfortunately they don't have that anymore. So the Moonlight Breeze is what I go with. So this is my Gain. Right now I'm using a 32 load 46 ounce bottle. I'm going to see how much it holds. I'm sure it says, but I haven't looked at it. And this is my Gain fabric softener. There's no way it will hold all of that. So I'm just going to open it up here. Starting, I guess I'll start with the softener since it's on the left. Now that I have the softener in And I will say this is slightly on a slope, so you may not want to actually fill it on that, and you might have actually a little bit more room if you have it up even. But I filled it on the slope, and that's okay. It tends to catch. You just got to make sure that you have it steady before you start pouring anything. So now I'll fill up my detergent. This is my Gain Moonlight Breeze detergent. And I am going to tilt it back just a little because this one does go back further and there is a little bit more room here. So you can see that. I'm not going to worry with it right now, but if you're trying to max fill it, you do want to pay attention to that. These two covers are exactly the same, so either one works. You just put them in about the 10 o'clock position and turn them to the top, and they're a solid lock in there. Alright, now just take it over here, and this is what it looks like inside, just in case anyone was curious. Those little pieces fit right back in there. So you're just going to line it up. It's going to feel like it's not fitting, and that was just it going off because it took so long for me. And then push it back till it snaps in. When it snaps in, if you go to the left or right and pull, nothing will come out. Okay, now we're going to turn on the auto dispense function. So we're going to hold the softener button for 3 seconds, and then now that it's on, this is where it was talking about the different levels. There's 1, 2, and 3. And again, those also have a different tune, a different tone when it plays. 1, 2, 3. So that's on 3 for the softener, because I do want a really soft blanket. And then we're going to press and hold the detergent. That sound that it made a second ago was saying that it didn't like that because I didn't press and hold. So if it's changing, then if you've pressed it and held it, then you know that it's actually working right. So we're doing the detergent now, and that's on a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to leave it on 3, and then I'm going to go back to the detergent, to the softener, I mean. So the softener set to 3, and the detergent set to 3, so we should be good to go there. And I'm going to get my blanket, and I'm going to show you a really cool trick that it tells me in the manual. In the manual, oh, and let me, because this says before you start, if they installed your washing machine for you, they should have went ahead and ran a calibration cycle. If they didn't, then you're supposed to press power to turn it on, hold the temperature and delay end simultaneously for 3 seconds, and then press and hold the start pause, it's the hold to start button, to start the calibration. And it's going to rotate clockwise and counterclockwise for about 2 minutes, and when complete, a 0 will appear on the display and it will turn off automatically. And they actually told me they actually ran a full load, like without anything in it, just a regular cycle to start. But in looking through the instructions, I know I actually did look through the instructions. Most people don't, but that's okay. I'm doing it for you. I came across this really interesting tip, and I am 41 years old now, and I have never known this in my life and never heard this before. So this is actually recommending that you fold your blanket in a very specific way before putting it in the washing machine. And I'm sure this is something that was added when the agitator on the middle was removed, but this is how you're supposed to put it in to get the maximum benefit. So what it says is you're going to fold the blanket in half. So you're going to take it long ways. So you're taking the longest end from corner to corner and folding it. So that long part then goes in half. Then fold one side of that half, the sides that you folded, take it and fold it into thirds, and that you're doing the typical fold of folding from the left into the middle and from the right into the middle. So it's a long ways in thirds, just this long strip. And then you're going to take and in 4 folds go back and forth and make it kind of like it would be a S going back and forth. So you're going to have 5 different sections. And I went ahead and done that here already. So my blanket is ready to go. And then when you put it in the washing machine, you're actually going to turn it so that these little zigzags, that zigzag side is what is facing up. The folded part is facing up. And it shows in the washing machine, so it'll be like how you normally take it, turn it sideways, and insert it down in. So what you would see if it was setting on a shelf is what you're seeing when you look down in. As you can see, I have put my blanket in here with the little S-like side facing up. Now this is a twin XL blanket. You can see there is a lot more room in here. I have successfully fit a king size comforter, a real plush one, with still room to spare. So it didn't feel like it was crowding in like there is in a lot of them. So there is a ton of room in here. This blanket, I could fit a good 4 or 5 of these twin XLs, honestly, maybe more. And I did not show you the liquid bleach earlier, so there's a liquid bleach dispenser. It's just your typical pour it in dispenser. You just pour it in before the cycle starts. So now that we have, oh, look, check this out. This is a nice auto close, a soft close. You can push it and it goes down on its own and shuts. I love that. So there's no slamming. You just lightly do it. And even if you try to slam it, it's going to catch it and slow close. Love that. All right, so I have my settings here. And like I said about the softener and detergent, the light is now blinking, showing that softener and detergent auto dispenser on. You can just touch them to turn them on or off now. And they start off on the single. So that's how you put them up to 3 for each. And my phone, I have this set already in here. But this is on an Android, so this is the washing machine laundry recipe, and you can change it up. I'm not going to actually send it to the washing machine because we already set it on the washing machine. But you can change the different settings here, and it's not going to auto change it till you send it to the washing machine. But if you're somewhere else and you want to send it to the washing machine, this works Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth. So you can be at work and saying, you know, instead of telling your kid how you want the washing machine to go, you can go ahead and set it all for them, and they can put what they want or what they need to wash in there, and you can take care of it. You can set your favorites, you can download cycles, you stay connected. There's lots of different things in here that you can look at. There's also washing recipes. So if you're not sure how to wash your scarves or your lingerie, although you do want to put those in a lingerie bag, it'll tell you how to do them. Or curtains, duvet covers, you know, things that you might not wash all the time. It has special recipes for it, so you can set those up, which is pretty cool. And then you would click the send to washer, and it'll just send it, and then you just it starts. You press start, and it's good to go. So we have the blanket down in there. You can see my laundry stuff up top. Laundry organizers. So you can see that reflecting. I'll try to hold that to where you can't see as much of a glare. But that's down in there. It's a see-through lid, which I love. And one other thing before we started, they did give this little tip sheet here that actually comes with a suction cup, so I do have it hanging on the side in case I or the kids ever need to know what to use. But it does describe how to do the auto dispense, as well as has a little QR code, which more than likely would just give you all this in a in a digital format instead of having to read it that way, which is great for my blind and low vision community. So we've got that started, or we've got that in, and we're just going to press and hold to start it. And as soon as it makes that noise, it's starting. You can see the screen is going around in circles, and that is just because it is adjusting things. And it's starting to kind of feel it. It goes back and forth and senses the level and starts sensing how full it is, and that's how it makes its adjustments. Now you see it, the far left button, right, or far left little indicator, little icon here. The far left one is a shirt with a plus, that means you can still add laundry. So as long as that's going, you can simply press this start pause button and add more laundry. Once it reaches a certain point, you won't be able to add more laundry anymore. So that will go away. The button beside it is just saying door lock. It's just letting you know if someone comes up and tries to pull this, they're not going to be able to open it. You have to pause it to get to that. And it's still circling around, and it's really just going back and forth. It's going one way and then the other way, just kind of spinning stuff out. And you can see the blanket is starting to come apart just a little. And now it's starting to fill. It's got the sensors done, it's starting to fill. And now that time it said, oh, wait, this is a different amount. It's not the max. So it shows you the max, but then after it senses, it picks out exactly how long it's going to take. So now it says, okay, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes that it's going to take. Now, if I am on my phone, let me go to it here. My washing machine is no longer able to make or my app is no longer to make changes to the washing machine, but it does show you what it's doing. So you can see that it's on heavy duty and that it is washing. It has a sensor that shows you washing and the rinsing and the spinning. My cycle is already done, but I added on a quick spin just so you could hear how it ends and the cute little music that it makes. That's one thing with all of the Samsung smart appliances, and most of their new appliances actually, they do make a noise when the cycle is done, or my refrigerator makes a noise when the door is left open, things like that, just to alert you, which is a really handy feature to have. As you can see, it is spinning pretty fast here. It should be about to go now. That's it, it's done. So let's look in here. And if you look now, it is pretty well flattened and out. I keep tongs here because I'm not super tall and I can't always reach the bottom of the washing machine with these deep ones. And as you can see, I can reach down here really well. I got it nice and clean, but there are no folds left. It completely flattened it out. That is just crazy. I can reach this, just so you're aware, but the tongs are great when there's something really low down in to get. Being able to reach that out is really awesome. That's about it for the washing machine. We will review the dryer next if you want to hop over there to view it. And I'll also put the link in the bottom. Again, this is Amanda with Amanda's Honest Answers. Thank you, and you have a great day. Bye.